Hi there.
Hi.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day to be Deadpool. It's story time. Oh, story time. We got any fans of Mr. Rogers out there today? Yeah! All right. I'm a pretty big fan of Captain America myself. Are you all ready for story time? Ooh, no spoilers. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're ready for a story, because I certainly have a story to tell. Gosh, I love to talk. Oh, today's story is a beloved bedtime classic, mashed up with a very profitable licensing agreement. You guessed it, it's Cinder-Pool. Oh, thank you. Oh, you can clap more than that if you'd like. Oh, stop it. All right. Let's see if I can get on my reading glasses here. I was totally blind before that. Okay, there we go. All right. Look at these adorable pictures, by the way, won't you? Aren't these adorable? I scribbled these myself. Once upon a time. You know what? It just feels wrong when I'm doing it with myself. Why don't we all say it together, shall we? 1, 2, 3. Once upon a time. Wasn't that so fun and interactive? Well, upon that time, once, Cinder-Pool lived in a big mansion with his shiny-headed step-professor and a bunch of hideous step-mutants. The biggest one, Colossus, was always making up stupid rules that no one cared about. Like, please stop labeling other people's food in the fridge with your own initials. And for the love of Feige, stop hanging your underwear from the ceiling fan. I never understood that rule. The other main step mutant, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, such a cool name, I know, right? The coolest name. She was always just texting and rolling her eyes. They were both super jealous because Cinder-Pool had a much, and I mean much, larger fan base. Yeah, this isn't story time with Colossus now, is it? One day, an expendable non-union extra came running across the mansion grounds, screaming, King Thanos was planning the biggest battle of Phase 3. The last truly relevant phase. Cinder-Pool desperately wanted to go to the big battle, but Colossus said no. Too dangerous. Cinder-Pool don't know how to be part of team. And then Colossus ripped up Cinder-Pool's nicest costume before Negasonic Teenage Warhead, again, such a cool name, made it explode into 1,000,000 pieces with her mind powers. And then popped her gum. Oh, so Gen Z. On fleek, Sigma, no cap. Cinder-Pool was very bummed and felt very vulnerable and exposed. Minus 100,000 aura, as Negasonic would say. He ran out onto the mansion grounds, stumbling for dramatic effect, when suddenly a big, strange, sparkly circle appeared. And from out of that big, strange, sparkly circle walked out Cinder-Pool's very hairy god mutant, Wolverine! Okay, all right, Logie Bear, you have to actually step through the strange, sparkly circle, otherwise the audience isn't gonna know that you're here yet. Please? Yes! Joe, very hairy god mutant Wolverine. I desperately want to go to the big battle, but my mean step mutants destroyed my costume.
Shut up.
Growled Wolverine lovingly.
What?
I don't have a costume. I need to go to the big battle.
So just get another costume then, and stop writing me into these stories.
Okay, well, after that very sage and somewhat Australian advice, Cinder-Pool headed off to the wardrobe department to get a freshly laundered costume, and then went to the big battle. Cinder-Pool missed most of it, though, because he stopped for some chimichangas along the way. Yeah, priorities, I know. But rest assured, when Cinder-Pool got there, the Avengers were still winning. Captain America looked so cool and so ruggedly handsome in those pants. I love Mr. Rogers. And meanwhile, Cinder-Pool's very hairy god mutant Wolverine was...
I'm going to Pim's.
Okay, well honestly, yeah, that kind of checks out. I don't even really think we had the rights to them at that point anyway, so... Oh, sorry. Touchy subject. Well, anyway, as the aliens were finally flying away in defeat, Cinder-Pool saw something on the steps of one of the spaceships. It was a single glove. Oh, wow, it was so fancy. Big and gold with beautiful jewels. I think there were 6 of them, not that that's relevant information. I wonder who this fits, thought Cinder-Pool before trying it on. After some clicking, whizzing, and whirring, it adjusted right to Cinder-Pool's arm. Then, out of nowhere, Iron Man came flying in out of left field, screaming, "Don't you dare take this sacrifice from me! I really don't want to be Iron Man until I'm 90. In fact, I would rather be doomed than play Iron Man again. Doomed, I tell you. Trust me, I'm just as confused as you are. And then other, much less relevant Avengers came running in too, saying things like, "Please put that down, that's not a toy, whatever you do, do not snap." So obviously Cinder-Pool snapped. Oh, Cinder-Pool snapped a bunch, both physically and mentally. Then the weirdest thing happened. It was probably unrelated to Cinder-Pool's actions, but half of everyone just disappeared, and then reappeared, and then disappeared again. So many people were crying. Tony said "I love you" like 3,000 times. It's really mushy, I know. But eventually, everyone did come back. Except for those that texted and called during a movie theater experience. We didn't want them back. But everyone else did. But then the Avengers tackled Cinder-Pool, ripped off his new favorite glove, and then when they went on to remake the movie, they CGI'd Tony's head onto Cinder-Pool's majestic body, and it went on to become the most profitable film of the Feige cinematic universe. The FCU, as I like to call it. I'm still workshopping that acronym. I feel like there's just one too many letters. Well, anyway, everything honestly worked out for Cinder-Pool because Cinder-Pool went on to start his own, even more successful franchise. Yeah! Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. So successful, in fact, that Cinder-Pool was eventually invited to be part of the Avengers Endgame 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, in theaters at some point. Well, as they say, that is the end. Game, if you will. It kind of sounded like fake laughter. I was practicing that in the shower all morning. You can't laugh a little harder than that? Okay, that was mostly genuine. Well, thank you all for coming to another illustrious story time with your new favorite Disney princess. Hi there. Hi. Wow, what a complete and utter surprise to find you all here. It's almost like this was carefully scheduled in the Disney Parks app or something. Wait a minute. Are you all here for story time? Yeah! You guys like stories? Yeah! What are some of your favorite stories? Go ahead, name some. Deadpool, yeah, that's my favorite too. Okay, yeah, these are all pretty alright suggestions, but we're not gonna do any of those because this is my show. Yeah, we're gonna do what I want to do. Today I've got a tale full of action, romance, and guaranteed to be in strong award consideration at the end of the calendar year. It's Beauty-Pool. And the Wolver-Beast. Ooh! Well, he's scared. No, I saw you flinch, sir. You did. All right, let's see if we can find the opening words here, shall we? Well, that doesn't work. Okay, let's put on my old grandma's reading glasses here. Look at these adorable pictures, by the way. You guys see Dogpool? Thank you. I scribbled these myself. Oh, these things are really tangled, huh? Do I got it, sir? Other way, this way? Oh, thank you so much. Oh, now they're upside down. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna let these dangle awkwardly from my neck for the whole show. That's what we're gonna do. Once upon a time. You know what? It just feels wrong when I'm doing it with myself. Why don't we all say it together, shall we? 1, 2, 3. Once upon a time. See, wasn't that so much more fun and interactive? Well, upon that time, once, I was walking along, captivated by one of my favorite books, the autobiography of Ryan Rodney Reynolds. When all of a sudden, I heard the galloping of my father's horse, Philippe. Come on, children, gallop with me now. Okay, Philippe was clearly under the weather today. That's all right. You see, my father had left home earlier in the day to travel to the fair, but now my father's horse, Philippe, was coming back alone. My father no longer in the saddle. Oh, Philippe, I said, where's Papa? Is he in some kind of trouble? I asked him this like he was some sort of television horse that could understand English and respond in kind, but this is a story grounded in realism. Yeah, and Philippe is a real horse, so he just whinnied. I don't really speak whinny, so I just leapt onto his back and guided him to take me to Papa, quickly. And off we galloped. Oh, we galloped deep, deep within the forest. Oh, thank you for galloping with me. There you go. Didn't even have to tell you that time. Oh, we were so deep in that forest. It grew very dark, very scary, very dangerous. Kind of like going to a Waffle House at 3 a.m. Yep, this guy knows. When suddenly we came to a clearing where we saw an enchanted mansion. Show the face of absolute despair again. Oh, it's so
No, you don't have
convincing.
to. Okay, I see. Beauty-Pool.
Should be Hollywood, really.
Does a little B&E and meets a bunch of weirdos who are furniture and dishes.
Well, don't forget about the cutlery. I mean, there's the silverware, the napkins, there's a whole dance number and everything.
Anyway, then the real hero shows up. The Beast.
It's the Wolver-Beast. That's you. Come on, Wolver, you have to keep in the rules of parody here.
Anyway, Pool Boy over here makes a mess of things as usual. Then it's up to Wolverine to save the day. Blah, blah, blah. I slice up some bad guys while Beauty Queen over here stands in the corner making a bunch of stupid jokes with outdated cultural references.
How dare you? My cultural references are timeless and everlasting, like Bugs Land. What happened to Bugs Land? Ant-Man, what did you do? All right, this whole thing is really headed south. You didn't mention anything about Mrs. Potts, her adorable, charming son, Chip, Lumiere, or even Chef Bouche. There's a deep cut for all you magic key holders out there. Yeah, it's the stove. Not even a few bars of tale as old as time.
Hey, I said no musical theater.
Really? I feel like if you wanted to be a showman, you could be the greatest.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, well, we've clearly touched a nerve here, children. Maybe it's time to wrap things up. The moral of that story is pretty obvious, actually. It's don't open your door to strangers. Because they might just be a creepy old witch who will enchant you, your entire home, and everyone and everything in it just for not letting them in. It's actually kind of a weird story now that I think of it. We tell this to children?
You do.
Okay, well, we're gonna be off then.